Hey guys, in this video I'll be upgrading the Jazwares Endo series FNAF 1 Bonnie. I've already upgraded the Withered Bonnie and the classic Freddy in my most recent FNAF videos. There's a few issues I have with Bonnie. His ears are flat, his jaw is off, and he's not very dirty. Also his hands are tiny. If you were to compare, let's say, the Funko figure from 2016, Funko's figure looks a lot more like Bonnie, even though he has upper teeth and is a bit too purple. He has the proper sized hands, the bent ears, a guitar, and a lot of texture compared to the really flat design of the Jazwares figure. He also has paint wash that really adds to the detail. The first thing I wanted to fix with this figure is the neck articulation. I wanted to add a Lego ball joint to the neck to give it full 360 degrees rotation. These parts are pretty cheap as they go for about 1 cent on Bricklink. What you want to do is cut the ball and cup from the piece, as you'll be using these for the neck. You also want to repeat the same process for the Endo figure by just cutting the neck piece off. Then, you want to drill into where the neck was to make a hole big enough for the ball joint to fit in. This next part might look a bit confusing, but basically what I'm doing is I'm just gluing the joint to the head, and I'm using a bit of baking soda to strengthen the glue and make it dry faster. To get the most out of the articulation, you just want to cut into the neck hole of the suit. And with that, the first upgrade is complete. Bonnie now has a fully posable neck. Also, I 3D printed some extra pieces to make this figure way better. Starting off, I printed out these hands that I used for the past few FNAF customs. I also printed out some hands to hold Bonnie's guitar that I'm going to be printing out using the Help Wanted design. And as an extra, I made a brand new head for Bonnie that is way more accurate than the Jazwares figure. As you can see, Jazwares kind of ruined the figure with the head mold, in my opinion. So I'm much happier to have this as my FNAF 1 Endo series Bonnie. The ears are separate so you can pose them if you want. This is what he looks like with it. But obviously it's grey and it needs to be painted. So that's what I'm going to do right now. First of all, I painted the guitars red because the red paint is really thin and I need to do multiple layers, so I decided to paint multiple red layers throughout my painting process of Bonnie. You can see here with Bonnie, I started painting his head with a purple. Then I was going to go over it with blue to build up the color to a right purplish blue. Now this step is for anyone who wants to customize this figure. When adding weathering, like some dirt stains, you just need to add some slightly darker purplish blue paint. So I just got some blue, purple, and some black, mixed in with a little bit of grey paint, and just dry brushed it across the figure. And then I dampened it with a wet cloth, or tissue. I did the same with the legs, as it's pretty much the same process throughout the rest of the figure. The next part that I'll be painting is the bow tie. If you don't know, Bonnie's bow tie texture has a weird dark texture to the corners, so that's what I tried to imitate by using some dark red paint, watered down to give it a nice smooth transition from the bright red to the dark red. I also painted the normal head just in case you wanted to see what the weathering would look like on it. Here's a tip for painting the torso or the muzzle. Use some light grey paint and lightly brush it around the figure. This is because Jazwares decided to make the figure's torso and muzzle a weird purplish white instead of a darkish grey that it should be. And now, after painting all the hands and the guitar, the figure is complete. Now that the figure is done, I'm really happy with this guy. I really didn't like the normal FNAF 1 Bonnie that Jazwares made, so this improvement is well worth it. If you have a 3D printer, I'd highly recommend doing this upgrade. Even if you don't have a 3D printer, I'd recommend just trying to paint any weathering onto this figure that you can. It really helps him hold up to the quality of the Funko's paint job. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, as I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. I'd love to do more FNAF customs, as well as Sonic, obviously. However, Jazwares haven't released Endo Series Chica, Foxy, or Toy Chica where I live, so I can't make customs of those, and I think that they are literally the three that need the biggest upgrades. So let me know if you want me to make any more FNAF customs, and thanks for watching.